Hey guys, this is Watchalewknat, and today we got the airsoft gun review on the Tactical Force 11 CO2 Mach 11 gas blowback. Hope y'all enjoy the video. Okay guys, before I start this video here, I did get this from Airsoft Station. A little bit about that. I knew I was sponsored by them in the past, and then I told them I was taking a break. Godfather was supposed to start making videos with me. Some stuff happened, and so like 3-4 months went by, no sponsors. I said, hey, Airsoft Station, if y'all want to make videos with me again, I'm more than happy to come back aboard and make videos. They said sure, and then 2 days later, Godfather was like, hey, we're ready. We had some complications, but let's go. So I didn't want to go back on either of them. So, you know, I'm making videos for both of them now, and that does nothing but good for the airsoft community. I can make, you know, more videos on more guns, so it doesn't get any better than that. But basically, here we go. Starting off, just a couple little stats. If you want to get this gun, Airsoft Station does have it for $79.95. Really good price. I've only seen them in the full black. I'm pretty sure they don't have the clear one. I'm pretty sure if you contacted them, they might be able to get them for you. But yeah, $79.95 right off the back. If we're comparing by price, your HFCs are right at around $100 starting off. So right there, you're already saving, you know, 20 bucks above the other brands. But things you got to keep in mind, the only con I'd really give this gun is build quality. It is all plastic. I would expect just a little bit of it to be metal, like maybe most parts of the mag. But all the innards are metal, so that's a good thing. That's how Tactical Force is, though. They are kind of like that cyber gun brand, where they make something cheaper. They make the insides, you know, still where they need to be. They just make the outsides, you know, a little bit cheaper in quality. But, you know, that's kind of how, you know, that's like what I look at first. I like to see what's practical. This gun is practical. The price makes it practical. The mags hold 50. So if you're looking for a good sidearm, this is as cheap, if not cheaper, than most gas pistols. And your magazine holds about twice as much as your standard M9s and your other pistols like that. So that's really nice to see. Moving on from that, though, first thing I want to talk about is the magazine itself. It is mostly plastic. You know, I can get over that because all the innards are metal, as you can see from the valve. You can see everything else on the inside, you know, is metal. One thing that's really good about this magazine, it's really geared towards the beginner players. You don't need a tool or anything for the bottom. When you run out of CO2, I usually get I've got about maybe two and a half mags, you know, of good shots coming out. So that's nice to see. Probably 3 if you want to count all the low powered shots. But as you see, the CO2 just goes right into there, and you can just twist it right back on. You don't need an Allen key. You don't need a penny. You don't need any weird tool. So that's one pro right there about the gun. Magazine's really easy to operate. It's really beginner friendly. Moving on to the gun right itself and the operations, starting from the front to the back, we have our orange tip. It is its own piece of plastic. One thing I might worry about is it might hit part of the inner barrel right there. So if easy fix for that, if your BBs are going sporadically in one direction, just look in there, see if the orange tip goes over any of the barrel itself, and then just kind of Dremel it out, and that should, you know, fix that. I've seen that some of the spring sniper rifles, some of the cheaper sniper rifle brands like TSD and all that, but that's just one thing to look at. Your sling mount here, not really a sling mount, it's more for like a front grip made out of a strap. It's okay. I can barely tell it's a pot metal, but you know, it's metal. I can tell it is. It's nice to see. I'd never use it. Front sight, it's all literally one piece. Nothing moves, which is kind of, I'm not used to that, but you know, hey, this is the gun. Look at it, no stock. You're really not going to be using the sights. This is just going to be that fun CQB gun or your backup gun. Moving on to the right side of the gun, we have our fire selector switch. All the way back is safe, and then front, you know, red means danger. That means you're ready to shoot. Not really trademarks, but it says safe and fire right there. Your warning on this side. Flipping the gun around, it does say Tactical Force 11 right there, so you know, that's pretty cool. Serial number, I'm not, you know, 100% sure if that is, you know, a specific serial number. They could all have the same one just to have it for the aesthetics. Then moving over to the fire selector switch, I really didn't like this. It is metal, but you know, even though it is 180 degrees to switch, you don't really hear a click. It's just, you know, you turn it around and you know you're on safe or semi. So that's kind of weird. It's not a definite click, but you know, it's there. It's fun to have a gun that can go semi-auto and full auto. so that's really nice to see. Only other thing to really talk about, trigger guard is plastic, and then the trigger itself is metal, which is always nice to see. Moving on to when the mag is in the gun, I'm not, as I said, this is the first Mac 11 I've had. I'm not familiar with the real steel, so I don't know if it's supposed to, you know, go all the way forward, but it only does it when even when I have BBs in there, it only does it when I hold the trigger in, which is kind of weird. But I know it stays back for when you shoot, and then it goes all the way back for when you shoot. But yeah, besides that, the gun's functioning, it works right, the blowback ain't too hard. But I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now, show you how to load the mag and a chrono. Also, if I didn't mention it, here's the packaging. You know, just your standard, like your, if you were to buy a gun from, you know, Dick's Sporting Goods or a local store, it has just this clear packaging, not like an actual box. It's nice though. You know, it's nothing, you know, too out of the ordinary. It just has a graphic there. Then again, $80 gun. You're saving money here. To put the CO2 in the mag, as I said, the bottom comes right out, really easy to deal with. You just put the valve part in up, you put the mag in, or you put the CO2 back in, you hear it hiss, and then it only turns about 90 more degrees. So you know it's in there, check, make sure it isn't hissing. Then to load the mag itself, it comes with this very, I wish they would have said something a little bit stronger, maybe make this tube metal, but it just feels really flimsy. And unfortunately, I think it's the only practical way to fill this gun up. And each time you fill up the tube, it's about 25 BBs, so you'll have to load this tube up twice. And basically, you just get your ramrod, push them all the way down, and then your mag should look something like this. Okay guys, chronoing with .2s, I'm going to try to squeeze an FPS and a rate of fire out of this gun. Let's see what we get FPS wise. Box says about 350. Ooh, 266. 259. 270. Oh yeah, keep in mind FPS on the box is with 12. That's what's kind of mixing me up here. 271. 272. Okay guys, in conclusion, I'm going to rate the gun on 4 points. One being field use, CQB use, aesthetics, and practicality. Starting off with field use, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I wasn't able to show y'all, but an effective range of only about 70 feet, considering it doesn't have an adjustable hop-up, really short barrel, and you know, CO2 sometimes has, you know, that ability to kind of be erratic on, you know, the beginning and even sometimes throughout the mag. So you know, accuracy wise, 70 feet, it's good for CQB. I'm moving on to the CQB rating. It gets about an 8 out of 10. Most places only let you shoot semi-auto, but most of my fields I play at, and I know a couple other fields do this, anything under 300 FPS can go full auto within 30 feet. You just, you know, being smart about it. So that's really nice to see. With the rate of fire of about 1,000 rounds a second, it makes that a really fun gun to do that with. Moving on to the practicality, I'm going to give it, I want to say, a 7 out of 10. Number one reason why it is a practical gun, 50 round mag. Twice as much as your standard gas blowback mags, comparing it to your more common Berettas, Glocks, USPs, and guns like that. So 50 rounds ready to go, it's really nice. Another reason why it's practical, you don't need a tool to get the CO2 out. Twist it right off, put another CO2 in, twist it right on. You can do that about 3 times faster than most CO2 guns out there. Really nice to see. Another reason why it's practical, really light. With the mag, it's only about 1.5 pounds. So even then, it's lighter than some of the gas blowback pistols out there. One reason why it ain't practical, there's no real, you know, quick draw holster out there. It's nothing you can go, you know, pull it out right away. They make the Mac 11 holsters, you know, universal holsters, but you know, that takes a good second or two to pull out and get ready to shoot. Another reason why it's impractical is the feeding lip on the mag. You gotta have, you know, the proprietary speed loader for it, but then luckily you can have a normal speed loader and fill that up faster. But as I said, 50 rounds, you can buy another mag. Newer mags are about $5 to $10 cheaper than they were if you were to buy an HFC mag. So right there, that makes that, you know, it's a seesaw balance. As I said, 7 out of 10 makes it, you know, it makes it practical for its application of CQB and backup. And the last part is aesthetics. I'm gonna give it about a 7 out of 10. It has that Mac 11 look, makes it really nice. The weight and the look of it is really balanced. You know, it's really sleek. you know, everywhere where it needs to have something, it does. It has the bolt, has a nice blowback to it. The only thing that really takes away from the aesthetics is the plastic. The upper receiver part from this section to right here, you know, stopping from right here, it's the more cheaper looking ABS plastic. It's a little shiny, so if you're up close, you know, you're like, hey, it looks like, you know, cheap plastic. But luckily, the whole gun being plastic, it's easy to paint. If I was to buy something like this, I would paint the whole gun, you know, tan or OD and keep the mag black. I think that'd be a nice look for the gun. So, you know, overall, I'm going to give the gun an average rating. It's nothing spectacular, but then again, you know, it still has, it's a nice gun. There's really nothing bad I can say about it. Okay, that's it. This is what you're looking at. I hope y'all enjoyed my review here on the Mac 11. I'm not going to have an actual accuracy test as I've told y'all my results, but I will have a can carnage video. So look forward to that. Until then, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Go to Airsoft Station and pick y'all up one of these. Really nice.